Going live. I was playing some music, but because I the music I got here isn't that great. You guys, I was trying to do something entertaining, but couldn't figure out how to make it work. Song I have in my head for today. You guys are old school. Bone Thugs and Harmony. First of the month. It's the first of the month, September 1st. And we're going live to talk about today. Live with Sondra Shannon, CEO of Gatemaster Technology. We're going live today to talk about the first of the month and goal setting targets. How are you guys going to get ahead this month? What are you doing to get ahead this month? We've only got 4 months left in the year, and I know you guys are professionals and everybody's hustling. We got some talk about the recession, but I don't participate in that. I don't know about you guys, so. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that we give ourselves a second for some of you to join. I've got the comments open for today. If you want to leave me a comment, if you want to ask me questions, anything is up for discussion, if you know me. So, as you guys know, it's first of the month, and it is time to have a fresh start. It's time to look back on what we've accomplished throughout the year in the past months and set new goals for the month ahead. And what I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about is goal setting. And I think it's interesting that it's September. It's my birthday. And one of the things that I love doing with my team is sitting down and talking about their personal, professional, and financial goals and helping them plan for those things throughout the year. And we celebrate those together as a team, not just our professional goals and the targets that we've set within the company, but also celebrating the personal and financial goals of our team. And I think it's important to remember. One of my mentors always says that the only celebration that belongs, or the only emotion, I spoiled it, the only emotion that belongs in business is the emotion of celebration. And I love that because when we are setting goals and targets for ourselves, we're also setting ourselves up for that celebration and what that looks like. So for this September, I wanted to talk to you guys about when and how goal setting should be done. And when we look at goal setting, it's important to be specific, measurable, that your goals are attainable, that they're relevant and time bound. For example, instead of saying I want to increase sales this month, you got to say I want to increase sales by 10% this month so that we have exactly what we're talking about. Wouldn't that be nice, increasing sales by 10% this month? I think all of you would love to see that happen within your businesses. So what we're talking about is SMART goals. I'm sure many of you have heard of the SMART goal format of specific, measurable, accountable, relevant, and time bound. And the reason I just wanted to bring that up is because I know how difficult it can be to set goals. I mean, even for myself, I think throughout my professional journey, I have always had goals, and I think that's what's allowed me to arrive to this destination. However, having clear goals or having clarity on your goals really can collapse time. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation today. Not only I know that this doesn't always apply to what we do at Gatemaster, but it certainly applies to how we interact with the companies that we work with. So it's important to set goals. It's important to set goals. It's how we measure the success of what we're doing. And that's why it's important for us when we work with our partners. Once they're blowing me up already, even though I'm live. It's 10:30. That's okay. The team can blow me up. So it's important that when we set goals, they are challenging and achievable. And if your goals are too easy, you might get bored. You might not get to those goals. They might not challenge you enough. They might not excite you enough. And if they're too hard, you might get discouraged. Actually, I think it was 2 years ago at the Florida Attractions Association, their keynote speaker came and spoke to us about employee burnout and burnout in general. And I think what was really what I found to be really interesting uh, insight that he had was that burnout is the lack of excitement, right? So when we're setting goals, I like to think about setting goals that are challenging yet achievable, goals that excite you. If you're not excited, you're not going to get it done. So once you've set your goals, it's important to break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. So what we say in our business is reverse engineering those goals. What does that look like? We actually go through the process as a team of reverse engineering the goals, be it the goals and targets that we set for the company, the goals and targets that each individual has for themselves, professional, personal, and financial goals. It's also important to track your progress towards your goals. So have small milestones. Having small milestones that help you. Uh, I like to call them the mini wins, right? All the mini wins that happen along that journey of achieving your goals. This helps you stay motivated and on track. And, I think one thing though that a lot of people fail to realize, because as they're celebrating these small wins, they are not there to um, replace accountability, right? You still have to be accountable to yourself. And I think that's actually the biggest problem with goal setting is a lot of people will not speak them into reality, will not share them because they have a hard time holding themselves accountable. And it's truly my belief that if you do not hold yourself accountable for things, you'll have a hard time holding others accountable to that. And that's especially important when we talk about leadership, right? Because if you know somebody is able and capable of getting things done and achieving their goals, um, you also got to hold them accountable, right? And that sometimes that's just conversations. Sometimes that's asking for clarity. Sometimes that's measuring what we're doing. And sometimes that is resetting because we forget that life happens. Some days we need a reset, and it's okay to take a reset. I apologize, guys. Something went down the wrong pipe this morning. So I've been dealing with that this morning. But yeah, resetting. It's okay to reset. It's the first of the month. It's time to reset for those goals. And I'm really excited for the first of the month because not only is this a chance and an opportunity to reset our goals and targets, but it's my birthday month. I'm not one of those people that celebrates my birthday all month. In fact, I'll probably work on my birthday. However, I do like to acknowledge my trips around the sun. So I'm not going to tell you how old I am, though. Is that okay? What do they say? It's not nice to ask a lady how old she is. So I might not be answering that question. Unless you post it in the chat. Because I promised I'd answer those questions. So there you go. That's how I know you guys are listening. But tracking your progress, celebrating your goals, understanding the importance of setting goals. How are you going to get to where you want to go if you don't know where you're going, right? How do we overcome the challenges and setbacks? The reset that I just talked about. It's okay to reset. So a lot of times I'm resetting. Celebrating your success when you achieve a goal or when you achieve the mini wins that come along with setting goals. It's important to take time to celebrate. And I often tell my team, what are you going to do to celebrate? Asking them before they complete the goal so that they have that to look forward to as well. Because a lot of times, you got to just put things out in the future so that your future self can thank the past self for being so goal oriented. And that's something that I found. I mean, you probably all have heard about vision boards and putting things. Actually, my husband just got 2 awesome pieces of art that he put on the wall that reflect, where he wants to go and what he wants in his life and the goals that he has. The reward, right? I think he got a picture of a Bentley GT. Okay, I don't know cars, but some sort of Bentley. And the license plate has his business name on it, and he put that right over his desk so he can look at it every day because that is one of his goals is to get himself a Bentley here soon. And my one of our mentors, Grant Cardone, he actually had a conversation recently about surrounding yourself with things that inspire you. That's why I think many people take time to do vision boards, because they are surrounding themselves and putting out there what inspires them and helping them understand where they want to go. Also, I just want to make mention though, you can't be afraid to adjust your goals. Person I am today is not going to be the person that I am even 6 months from now. And if you are the same person, especially after you've been achieving these goals, I would venture to say that we're going to have to look at that, because the goal should be to become the next version of you that can get you where you want to be in life. And I know that looks different. Success looks different to everybody. In fact, I read this book. It was called, I read this book probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Ramit Sethi, I Will Teach You to Grow Rich. And in this book, he talks about how everyone's rich life looks different. Because it is true. We're all individuals and everybody's rich life looks different. And so what I'm looking to do, what my husband's looking to do, I don't necessarily want a Bentley. I think I'm more of a Maserati kind of gal. In fact, I wrote down goals last year, and I just want to share one of them with you. I did have a goal of getting on 3 major stages last year. One was IAPA, one was WWA, and the other was Florida Attractions. I wrote that down beginning of the year. Actually, December 2021, that would have been. And 2022 comes around, and I was able to get on stage at Florida Attractions and IAPA. I did not get on the WWA stage, but I'm not sad because I was able to get on the stage at Women Impact Tech 3 times last year. So I take that as a win. I'll trade one for the other. I'm still working on the WWA. I haven't given up on that one. But I am looking to pursue more, as much as it scares me, and you got to do things scared. I am looking to pursue more opportunities of getting on stage and not only sharing my story, but sharing the work that we've done, the innovation that we've done, how we can move these industries forward, and what that looks like. So if you've got any opportunities that you want to pass my way, or I can help you in any way, add value to what you're doing, don't hesitate to reach out, because it's a goal of mine. So I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm speaking it into reality so we can make it happen. And sometimes speaking it into reality also allows us to have that accountability that we talked about earlier today. Is accountability is not, a lot of people look at accountability these days maybe with a little bit of negativity. To me, accountability is, doing what you said you were going to do. I've said this before on lives, podcasts, that I love myself. That's not something we talk a lot about in business, but I love myself. So, self-love and self-care to me is doing what I said I was going to do, being a person of my word. And I think I've told the story before about how with my youngest, I was back to work 2 days later because I had made a deal with a client and I promised that I would be there. And he came early. And to make good on that promise, I was back to work 2 days later. It wasn't easy. That came with a lot of challenges, including a newborn baby in tow. But I'm a woman of my word. And I want to pass that value on to other people, because I think that is certainly something in our communities, in our society, that goes undervalued today. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If not because other people are watching, but you're watching. And it's important for our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our self-love to be the kind of person that does what you say you're going to do. So if you're the kind of person that does what you say you're going to do, I hope that you are sitting down and making goals for yourself this month that are smart goals, so you can measure them and you can celebrate at the end of the month. So hopefully by the end of this month, you'll come back here. You can share with me what you've accomplished, feel free to DM me. I would love to hear from you. If I can help you set any of these goals, I don't know if you guys know, but you know, there are those who call me big goal energy, right? Because a lot of my professional growth and development came from goal setting. And I promise you that it's an important part of progress in your own lives. And that can be personal, professional, or financial acceleration, right? So I don't want to keep you. I just want to spend about 10-15 minutes with you guys today, going live to remind you that it is the first of the month and that you can make these goals for yourself and that you can achieve what you want this month if you take the time to write down where you're going. And before I sign off, let's see if I can play this song. I just think it's funny to play this song. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but, and if you hear this song, I don't want you guys to say I'm old. And if you know this song, Bone Thugs in Harmony. I have some friends who don't. My husband was laughing at me. He's like, you're ridiculous. This song sucks. But I'm old school. And I remember listening to this song when I was a kid. And I didn't know what it meant, but I still like it. So this is me getting ready to sign off with better music than what I've had before. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing, and that is a QR code to join my LinkedIn page, Gatemaster's LinkedIn page. We'd love to have you join us there. We can keep you up to date with all of the things that we're doing over there. We're doing some really fun and great things at Gatemaster, and we'd love to include you in that. We'd love to keep you informed. And again, if we can offer any value to what you're doing, including helping you create revenue goals and targets for your team using a system that can help manage customers and the revenue, that's our expertise. So we would love to have you join us there. And then lastly, if you're ready just to have a conversation with us about your attraction business and how you might want to upgrade your systems, enhance what you're doing, maybe the customer driven experience or the customer driven transactions that we offer is something that you want to explore for your business. Because as we talked about yesterday, customer driven transactions make things accessible, empower your guest, they're convenient, and make people feel like you know them. And I love that because it's a really great part of the hospitality portion of our business. So it's how technology is being involved in hospitality. How do we let machines help us and even enhance what we're doing, maybe even get better at what we do? So we want to have a conversation with you about that if that's something that you'd like to understand more about, and if there's opportunities where we can work together. So I'm Sondra Shannon, CEO of Gatemaster Technology. Thank you for joining me this Friday on the first of the month. Let me know what your goals and targets are if you want to share those, if you have any questions. If not, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.